Good day, everyone. Happy Friday. I hope everybody had a good week. I'm Kathy W. Welcome to the June 27th chat. Today I'm going to start with a bit of an update about last Saturday. I mentioned about going to a craft show and to visit a friend who lives close by because of some work emergencies that Jeff had during the middle of the night Friday night, and then more call-outs through the day on Saturday. Jeff and I were not able to make the drive there on Saturday. Not to worry though, it's early in the summer and there will be lots of weekends to plan and to visit with friends. And speaking of plans, this year Diane invited Judy from Judy's Creations in Crochet and I to exchange gifts. And so in 2025, the three of us will have fun times to share with you and gifts for me and for you. And who knows what else will be on all three channels throughout the month of July. I hope that you will subscribe to Judy and Diane if you have not already, so you won't miss any of the fun. Here is a peek at the wrapped packages that I received. I'll show the picture here. And here at Yarn with Heart, beginning on July 4th, for 4 Fridays, I will be opening a few of these each Friday during July. Diane was really kind and shared something with Judy and I. I'll put it on the screen now in case you would like to take a copy of it and save it, because hers will be on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. Judy's will be on Thursdays and mine will be on Fridays. So each Friday on this channel there will be a Christmas trivia game where you have a chance to participate. Also a festive good cheer challenge for us all. And I will also open a yarn advent from Eco Yarn Studio. This is a non-wool one that I purchased last year and have been saving for Christmas in July. I might also have a couple of other surprises along the way. And I was going to take a total break from knitting and crocheting during July. However, I looked at my works in progress and decided to work on a few of those. No new projects in July except my something new project for a month. Otherwise, just works in progress. Slowly, when I feel like it, and see if I can complete 1 or 2 things during July. So for anyone who is new, maybe take a minute to grab a cup of tea or coffee or ice water and your yarn. These Friday videos are usually 10 to 15 minutes and a place to visit and share. Today's and the Christmas ones might be a bit longer though. There is a bit of a surprise in this video, so you might want to keep watching for at least a little while. This week's weather was hotter than usual for many of us, and it was one of those weeks when I just could not settle in with my yarn. So I have a lot of things that I started and added to my work in progress pile. For finished items, a finished blanket, and a bunch of dishcloths that I finished during the month of June. The blanket was one that I just managed to finish today, just in time. So let's start there with the blanket. It is for the Something New Make Along. Inspiration for the month was to use colors of celebration. The yarns that I'm using remind me of birthday cake. The yarn is Brava worsted, and I chose colors that are ombre pinks and some speckles. And when I put them together into this blanket, it reminds me of a 5-tier birthday cake. The colors are rouge, cherry speckle, cotton candy, rosebud speckle, and finally blush. The hook size that I used was a 6mm hook, and the pattern is called Bev's 5-Day Lovee Blankee by Beverley A Qualheim, published in Bev's Country Cottage. It's available free on Ravelry. And here we go. I'll show it to you. There we go. Oop. Is that the whole blanket? Yeah, there it is. Something that I really liked about this blanket, and I think probably it's part of my something new. I'll show you the side of this blanket right here. As I was making it, in each row, it made the border as I was making the blanket. So that was nice. I didn't have, after I was finished making the length of the blanket, the border was already finished. So that was quite good. And I have to say thank you so much to those who have sent in their pictures for the Something New Make-Along. The slideshow for this month will be next week on the first Tuesday of July, on July 1st. And today is the final day for getting a picture to me. Of course, if you are just watching the video on Saturday, you could still get your picture to me by 12 o'clock noon on Saturday. There's still time if you did that. Now, for anyone who is new to watching, if you would like to find any patterns mentioned in my videos and any of the creators who I mentioned, there's always information about how to find them in the description box below. Now next, a few more finished items for this month about Laura's Wednesday Wipeout and the dishcloths that I've been making during June. Each week I try to make the one that Laura chose on the previous Wednesday slideshow. And the ones that I made, first, this one is a variation of the Summer Shells one. It's modified. It's not the pattern that was in the book. Next is Orange Slice. And then one called Flag. And the fourth one is Sunflower. All of these patterns are in the Annie's crochet book called A Year of Dishcloths. And if you would like to see the slideshows, to see everyone's beautiful washcloths, every Wednesday Laura has a video about it. Her channel is Mad Mimi's Crochet and Farming, and also each Wednesday you can see what dishcloth she randomly picks for us to make on the coming week. These four, plus there's two more, and then we start into the autumn dishcloths. So we're pretty much almost finished 3 seasons of dishcloths. And now a few peeks at works in progress. added to a growing pile beside my craft table. These are some of the ones I might be working on during July. I have been working on a shawl using yarn that came in the Cambridge Fibers Christmas Advent box, and I also received some of this yarn from Diane last year. The hook that I'm using is a 5.5 millimeter, and the shawl pattern is called Cakes and Candles Shawl. It's written by the Secret Yarnery. To start this shawl, I followed Christa's tutorial on YouTube, and now it is smooth sailing. It's a 2-row repeat. I started this on Knit in Public Day and hope to finish it this week, but it was way too hot, so it is still a work in progress. So there's one. Maybe that will get worked on during July. Also, I purchased some yarn from a Canadian shop called Taimambo, and it also sends yarn to the United States as well. The yarn that I purchased is called Sheepsies Organicon, and I bought a number of different colors. The reason I did is that this is what I'm using. I started to work on the Riptide Shawl from Sweet Crochet Dreams by Mariana Muller. This is a 100% cotton fingering weight yarn. I'm using a 4.0 millimeter hook and just finished wedge number 3. This is for a crochet challenge hosted by Judy from Judy's Creations in Crochet and Lynn from Nina's Knots Crochet. So there we go. I've just gotten a start on this one, and I'm gonna do 4 wedges in each color. There's my first color that I'm working with. So that's another that I got started on. Because of it being warm, I was really drawn to working with cotton. I wanted to work with yarn. It was so hard though, and I hardly did any crocheting. The third one that I started is called the Dorothea Blanket by Dada's Place. I'm using some Sheepsies Soft Fun Minis. This is yarn that I received in a gift from Judy. I'm using a 3.5 millimeter hook to make squares, and so far I have 1, 2, 3, 4. This is my 5th square that I've done. See these cute little minis that came in the package? And again, Sheepsies Soft Fun yarn. I'm hoping that I had hoped that I could make them during the evenings when it was cooling down a bit, but last week it was really hot, so I didn't do too much. So yeah, those were the 3. That was the extent of my crocheting last week. Now I do have 2 knit shawls. One is by Jessica A's and the other is by Rosemary Hill. I'm not sure that I'll be able to get to those at all during July. No doubt there's plenty here for me to stay busy with. And the good thing is that it's a nice variety, so I probably won't feel bored. And now about yarn. Last week there was quite a lot of interest in how and where I store yarn in a small apartment. My storage areas are definitely a work in progress and not totally organized, but let's grab our cups and take a look at some video. Here is a look at my yarn real time as of June 2025. First I thought it would be good to show some of the ways that I protect the yarn. Then after that, I will show the places that I store it. I put either peppermint tea bags or bay leaves in my bins and bags just to be a precaution. I have some large covered bins. They hold finished items ready for donation. Also a bit of neutral colored worsted weight yarn. I have about 3 of these big sized bins. If I had thought about it, I would have probably chosen clear bins. That would have been a better choice. Also, I really like these clear plastic bags with the zippers on them. I hold some cotton yarn and a bit of caked yarn that has no labels in them. I got some of these from Mary Maxim mystery bag purchases, and some are from comforter sets. I just save the zipper bags that comforters come in. You can see here some of these collapsible boxes that I also have a few of. I got a set of those in various sizes. I like those in my yarn area. Also, they're handy to carry projects in. On Amazon, I got a few of these cubes. I'd like to get a few more of these because they fit really well in my yarn storage area. They've got handles on them and a zippered top, and I like them for storing my yarn. I have a couple of these collapsible bins that Jeff got for free from work. Right now I'm using one to hold my bulky weight yarn, and this one's just empty right now, and they hold quite a bit of yarn. So that's another way that I organize my yarn shelves. I do have a few things in cardboard boxes, but this is not my favorite way to store things. Mostly these are things that I hope will eventually be empty. It is stashed down yarn that's in those. And now I'm going to pause and show the shelves and spots where I put my yarn. One moment while I pause. And now the shelves and spots where I put the yarn. First of all, there is a curtain that I put across here. There, this is an alcove or a cubby in the apartment that would usually be used to store linens, and Jeff helped me to find wire boxes on Amazon and attach them to the wall. They are good for storing some of my yarn. Now, fair warning, fair warning, a lot of this yarn is not organized and it's put into spaces just where it fits. The wool yarn is definitely all together and it's in its own Ziploc bags. It's in a red Mary Maxim shopping bag, so I can easily find it for giveaways. And other than that, things are just a bit higgledy-piggledy. So yeah, there we go. And here's some of my cakes. A little bit of DK yarn, more cakes. Some multicolored yarn. There we go. And then underneath of these are some of the boxes that I mentioned. It says Kathy Books, but no, not books. It's yarn. And there's the totes. And another box. Some zipper bags with my cotton. And this is cotton as well that I've been using for the Wednesday wipeout. And now just a quick pause and we'll go into another area where I have yarn. So next in the bedroom, these are wood shelves. They were bought for 60% off. I think we got them at Canadian Tire, and if you're in Canada and you watch Canadian Tire, often in the summer, they will have these on a really good sale price. Now, this is a really bright room, but there is no direct sun that gets to this area, so I think the yarn is safe. Now, on the very top shelves, I have a few boxes, and those have Christmas gifts for family. There's those plastic totes that I got from Amazon, and I really do want to get some more of those so that I can keep all of my yarn covered. You'll see on this set of those same kind of shelves, I have some of the yarn that hasn't been covered over as yet. And up on the top of this one, there's that bin with the bulky yarn. There. So there we go. If you have any ideas for storing yarn, please do share in the comments. I would love to hear from you so that we can all learn from each other. A big thank you to those who stayed with me throughout the video. I really, really appreciate your support and the community we are building. This is a chance for an extra bonus entry in the Christmas in July draw for those who are still here. And what does that mean, you are all thinking? Starting on the July 4th video, and for all of you who have stuck with me till now in the video, names will be put into a draw. Then on Friday, August 1st, one person's name will be drawn, and that person will win a gift from me. Every week that you comment in the secret way, your name goes into the draw, so you can have a maximum of 5 chances to have your name be the lucky one. And what will be the gift? Every Friday, starting on July 4th, I will reveal some of the gift. Of course, I purchased all the items, a total of 12. 6 will be non-wool, and 6 will be animal fibers. There might even be a few extra things added in there for fun too. As usual, YouTube does not have anything to do with the draw. 18 years of age or older, please to enter. To have a first entry, please do not say in the comments anything about a draw. Just share with everyone your favorite way to keep cool when it gets hot in the summer. When you comment about that, I will share those next week so we can help the community with ways to stay safe in the heat. And now a bit of a chat about the chapter title for this week. There will be no chapters during July, so this will be the last one until August 1st. And I forgot to grab the book, so I'm going to pause for a second and I'll go grab the book. I'm back. Here's the book. This week's title is Make a Soul Box. Now, when I was younger and working in an information technology department, I worked for some really amazing supervisors. One of them shared an idea about something called an I'm Terrific file. She suggested labeling the file IT information because no one would bat an eye in an information technology department if they saw IT info on a file folder. And in that file, she said to put a copy or a slip of paper with any positive thing. An email with a compliment, a note describing a really good day, all the activities completed during the year, a fun after-work activity, learning something new, completing a course, and then those upside-down days when things are not quite going right, that I'm Terrific file is there as a reminder that everything will be okay again. To read and look at those things and remember life is not all up nor all down. There will eventually be another moment to add to the IT file, and during struggles, it is sometimes helpful to reflect and remember past times as a reminder of resilience and also hope, and to stay strong. These are my insights after I thought about what Carrie wrote in this week's chapter about making a soul box. Oh, and if you would ever want to find a copy of this book to read Carrie's perspective about these 30 ways to ignite your creativity, the little spark, there's a few places typed in the description box of where you can find a copy if you would like. Thank you everyone so much for being here, for sharing in your comments and leaving your thumbs. Have a wonderful week. Enjoy your crochet, enjoy your knitting, and I hope to see you next video for Christmas in July.